Oh my God, Cassie!
Hello.
Guess what I got? Delivery! Honestly,
I love a red delivery.
Shopping,
Best things in
girl.
life are red.
I know, right?
I'm so excited.
Best things in life are red.
It's lucky, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we are in Asia.
Yeah, and I am Asian.
And I get told that I'm Asian.
Crazy
counts,
Rich
right?
kind of Asians.
Okay, Cassie, we have to start this off by saying, Crazy Rich Asians, where are we?
We're in Singapore.
Oh my God. Okay, and where are we staying?
We're staying at the Standard.
Why?
Because it's amazing and we're raising our standards.
That's do you know what I mean?
Basically, this place is amazing. It's new.
Yeah.
And it's really contemporary.
Oh, it's stunning.
We'll give you a little behind the scenes, but it is really,
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to follow us on Instagram, which is at Cassie Lanzel and then at Natasha_Alexis_A. You'll see all of our stories from the Standard, but they have been so generous in hosting us.
They have. It's amazing.
Literally treating us like how our husbands should be and will be
Exactly.
treating us.
Yes.
The new Standard.
The new Standard. I love
God.
the name.
Yes, same. So highly recommend, girlies, if you're coming to Singapore, book this place. We will link below, but it has been incredible.
Amazing. I love
right?
cute boutique hotels. Yeah.
But let's just give them a bit of a
Oh
look what we did. We had some
We were a little bit
champagne.
naughty. Well, actually, we made our own cocktail.
Yes.
We did a little mixology vibe here. It was so cute.
What did we call our drinks?
Well, mine was a little pink moment. We didn't realize the color they were going to turn out either.
I know, it was perfect.
Yeah. So mine was a
Literally.
cute little pink glass. So we
Yeah.
called her Sugar Baby.
Yeah, and mine was a frothy, full-bodied, sugar daddy.
Big ice cube,
Big,
massive glass.
Big glass. Yeah,
Big
giving
glass.
provider energy.
Yeah, giving.
Yeah. It tasted real good.
They were amazing. And then they gave us our own bottles as well.
I know. So this is all part of the Standard experience here. You do the mixology, we made our drinks, we took it up, and then
We
we're
went shopping.
Yeah, let's go to Cartier.
Still a little shopping.
Yeah, because that's what you do in Singapore, right?
Yes,
you go
you
to
do
the
shopping.
designer.
So where we're from in Bali, you can't find Cartier.
No,
So
I know.
it's actually, I'm so happy that we're here.
Literally.
Get to do a
And-
little bit of shopping.
Yeah, and we're getting it engraved today.
Yes! What are we getting on there?
Girls to
Girls
Women.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, then she twerking. She throw it out and come back in. That's my best friend.
We already want to come back for the love bracelet.
It's only a cool $17,500.
Can we just talk about how chilled we were during that experience with the shopping assistant? Literally.
It felt like home to us.
Yeah.
And she just knew.
She
she
just
could
knew.
sense that
Yeah.
energy. She's like, these bad bitches, they're bougie.
So straight away, she's like, champagne.
Yeah, they
I'm like,
belong.
oh no.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. So that's, as soon as the champagne came out, I was like, can I try on the bracelet as well?
You're like, give me a diamond one.
Ooh, yeah, I was like, only diamonds, please. This one's got a diamond in there.
The thing is, though, with a scarcity mindset, or with someone who's scared of spending money,
Oh.
you'd go in there and just be like, I'll think about it.
Literally.
Imagine.
Oh my God, should we just do this whole episode on abundance and scarcity? I feel like we should.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
All right, cool.
Because
Yeah, it is.
it's a real thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing, we hear women all the time who come to us and they're like, oh, how do you live these lifestyles? And how do I get to do that too? And why do you spend so much money? And it's kind of you're asking the wrong questions.
Yeah,
Do you know
literally.
what I mean? Ask the wrong questions, get the wrong answers. If you want to live this lifestyle, it all starts with your mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what you believe about yourself.
Yeah.
Do you
So-
deserve it?
Right? Do you feel that you're worthy of this lifestyle?
Yeah.
If not, don't even try to emulate what Cassie and I do. Because maybe you'll get a little taste, but then it'll all be taken away from you.
Exactly.
Because God knows.
Yeah.
God's like, I made you perfect and I can tell when you're lying. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Do you feel that you were always an abundant person?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's great.
Honestly, it stemmed from just even when I was a kid, I just always got what I want.
Yes.
And it wasn't out of I'm a diva or anything. I just always knew things were going to be okay. And I think, to be honest, growing up, I was put in many situations where I wasn't working
Right.
or I had to fend for myself, and not because I didn't have anything, just because I chose not to work. I chose not to do the
Good
9 to
choice.
5. It was a great choice. And I had to find other ways to make money, and I did the modeling and stuff like that. But
Right.
I think it started there where you're just
Yeah.
You don't need to like hustle and grind to
No.
make money.
That's such a lie that we've been sold, especially as women. It's kind of like, okay, we live in a man's world. It's patriarchal society. So you got to do like what a man does. And that's not how feminine energy works.
No.
Like, we're made to receive. We're supposed to be magnetic. So don't work hard. Don't hustle your way to success as a woman. Like, soften into success.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Because
I
it will
like that.
stress you out. I like
Right?
soften success.
Soften into success.
It's true though. Like, we don't need to be out here hustling like
No.
the men.
No, literally.
Work
Okay.
smarter.
So this is the thing. Like, we'll give you some more context about this hotel. We're not paying for it. A man's not paying for it, though.
No.
We were gifted.
Yeah.
We were gifted the hotel. We were gifted dinner. We were gifted the cocktail making experience. We were gifted all the breakfasts. Like, that's because we can.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we invite these experiences in to be gifted to us. And that's an
Exactly.
energy.
It is definitely an energy.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing, like, if we bring it to relationships, you see, and I see it all the time, women who settle for men who don't want their woman to be spoiled or like can't afford to spoil them, just like won't provide. And I hear the women all the time be like, oh, why is he like that? Why is he like that? And I'm like, I don't think you understand that you are actually subconsciously calling in the man that won't provide for you because you still have some like unhealed wounds about provider mentality, about being abundant. Do you know what I mean?
And you're accepting it as well.
Exactly. We have some guests
Sorry,
coming
quick
our way.
interlude.
Thank you. They're like, what are these girls doing? It's not OnlyFans, don't worry. But what do you think about that? Like, when you see women who are with men who just are not providers and they're complaining? Because we've both been in that situation.
Listen, I was just about to say, yeah, like I've
was
been in this situation a few times.
literally, right?
Literally a few
Getting
times. So
comfortable.
it's really tough, right? Because it's about, you know, the internal work that you're doing as well.
Yeah.
And I've been in so many situations in life where like I haven't been doing the internal work.
Yeah.
And so I'm calling in literal people from the street sometimes, like actual like people that with severe addiction problems.
From the streets, she
No,
said.
seriously. And I'm like, I can fix him. Like, it's fine.
Oh my God, the
Literally
broken wing
paying for
syndrome.
everything. I've been in a few situationships. I'm not even going to call these relationships. Situationships
Yeah.
where I've literally been in my masculine paying for everything.
Oh my God.
I know. And I'm like, what? And I just never understood like why I would then like be, you know, like shouting at them and angry. And I'm like, it's because I'm the man.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is the thing, like, we called in that experience though,
Right.
to learn something.
Yeah.
It's like, if you are healed in your feminine, which is what we're doing now.
Yes.
My God, like, we're getting things left, right, and center, right? When you're in your healed, divine feminine, you call in people who remind you that you are a fucking queen.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But if you're not, you're calling in guys who are like, oh, I'm the king and the queen. You're just a thing on my arm. You pay for my life, right?
Right.
We see it all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Like, even with my past relationships, I was the same as you. Like, I was in my masculine, I was organizing, I was paying for a lot of things. It was just like the emotional, financial, spiritual, and physical toll that it took on me as a woman. Like, that was traumatic.
Women aren't supposed to go through that.
No.
And this is the thing, like I it's hard because, you know, we've fought as women to like
Yeah.
work and have equal rights.
Correct.
So then it's hard because now the men are like, all right, you want to be 50-50, let's do 50-50. But you know what? It's not 50-50.
It's not 50-50.
Because one, we bear your children.
Exactly.
We do a lot more than 50-50.
We change our last name, we
want
lose
us
our
to-
body,
Lose our body. You want us to work on top of that
and take care of the kids,
and just do everything and just be
clean
like
the
a
house.
super mum
No.
while you just go to work and then pay half of the bills.
Legitimately.
Like what?
That doesn't make sense, hey?
We shouldn't even be working when we're pregnant.
No. I shouldn't even need to work to be. If you want to work, that's a choice.
It should be a
That's-
choice, yeah.
Right? It should be
Yeah.
a choice for
Yeah.
you. And so I'm like talking to this guy that has been in my life for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he gives like massive provider energy, right? And he's always like, I would retire you right now. Like, you don't need to work. He's like, when you're with me, just know if you want to work, it's up to you, but like, you don't need to. Only if you want to.
I speak to men, like successful men on a daily basis, right, for my job.
Yes.
And so many of them are like, I just want a woman who's passionate or ambitious about something.
Something.
Doesn't
Yeah.
need to be that she's a CEO, that she's even working. I just
Yeah.
want her to have a passion. And
Yeah.
that if that means that she's an amazing mum, I think that's beautiful. And I'll support her.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is this energy normally?
Yeah. That's
Like-
American men, honey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But then you see that TikTok video of like the Russians versus the Americans.
Oh,
and so not all
yeah.
American men are like that.
No.
This is an exclusive community and there's a reason for that.
It's true.
There's a reason there's only like 500 men in our community,
Oh.
which says a lot. There's how many men in America versus how many are in the community?
Oh my God, yeah, there's like
Yeah.
150 million
When
men.
you think about it like that, it's like, okay.
It's like a disease of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disease of mentality, and like we have been lied to.
We have a male recession.
Oh,
Legit. Like,
I love that term.
bring,
We have a male
bring
recession.
some more Dan Bilzerians. No, because that can go the other way as well.
We have a male recession. I love that so much. No, but like I just, I don't know what it was. There was definitely a flipping moment for me.
Yeah.
Where this little background music is a vibe.
Love.
It was a flipping moment for me. Like when I broke up with my ex, I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not paying. I'm not deciding anything. Like I am being passenger princess. And I think it was the side of social media that you're living on right now
Yeah.
is the same that I lived on when I broke up with my ex.
Yeah.
And it saved me. It was like, honey, what are you doing? Why are you chasing? You're the prize. Like
Yeah.
you're the queen.
Yeah.
Reclaim your energy. Step into your divine feminine. And I started doing that. And it was like the magnetism, the energy that I was giving off. Like men were like, can I pay for your dinner? Can I, like, they weren't even having dinner with me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it is just like your internal
Yes.
beliefs of yourself.
Literally.
Externally,
Yes.
it vibrates, and
Well-
it can be seen.
It can be seen.
It's like you have more
Yeah.
of a glow, and like people can like feel that,
Yeah.
that energy.
Yes.
Whereas when you're just like in this like underconfident and
That
you're like
scarcity
insecure
energy.
and you've got that scarcity
Yeah.
energy, like it's almost like men can like sense it, and it's
They
like
can.
yeah,
Yeah, they can. Men can actually sense when you're in abundance versus scarcity mindset. They want to provide for the woman who is open to receiving.
Yes,
They
yes.
cannot provide if you are not open to receiving, honey. Like that is the biggest life lesson right there.
100%.
If you're like, oh, I want my man to provide for me, but you can't even take a compliment.
And I've struggled with this. Like, I think because growing up, like, I got into modeling when I was like 5. And so, like, growing up, it was really hard for me to just be seen as an object.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh, it's okay. I have like more to offer. But like at the time, I was like, it's hard for me to actually receive a compliment.
Yeah.
And now if someone compliments me, I'm like, thanks.
Thank you.
It's not hard to just say thank you.
Exactly.
'Cause before I'd be like, no, I'm not. And words are so strong.
So powerful.
Yeah, it's there. And if you say evil things about yourself, that's what's going to show you.
Exactly.
Right? The world's going to be a mirror to you.
Exactly.
And I would say really mean things about myself, and I'm really learning to just be more secure with who I am.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in like you can't have a relationship until you have that.
Well, you can't have a relationship with someone else until you have a solid
I
relationship
mean,
with
you can
yourself.
have a relationship, not saying that it's going to be beneficial to your life.
No, you'll have a situationship. Mm-hmm. You'll have a situationship.
This is not a value add.
No.
No.
That's we were talking about this last night. We're like, okay, we can do so much for ourselves. I mean, look, we just bought ourselves Cartier. We're staying in Singapore
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
Like, if a man can't do that at a bare minimum, the standard,
The standard.
then he can't do anything for us.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of being in a relationship is to
Add value.
additional.
It's an additional thing.
Additional.
You don't need a man. When you need a man, and this is another thing that I've had to go through, like, the reason we do this is because we've made all these mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been perfect my whole entire life.
Yeah.
And we're still on a journey,
Yeah.
but, like, what I'm realizing is my ADHD is kicking in. What did I just say?
I wish I could tell you where your ADHD brain was going to go. That was so good.
What did we literally just say?
I don't know now. Did your ADHD brain figure out where you were going with that?
Yeah, so like, no, honestly, I've gone from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, honestly, since I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Basically no breaks, hey?
Yeah, I mean, I had one little tiny break when I was like, maybe it was a year or two, and I
Yeah.
like went and lived like in Ibiza, and you know, you cannot be in a relationship and living in Ibiza.
That's
put it that
another
way.
YouTube episode.
That is, I could do a whole freaking series on that. But yeah, so like, I just kept going for the same type of person.
Right.
Well, I mean, one, it was like bad man, good man, bad man, good man, but I wasn't calling in the right man.
Yeah.
I was just calling in another man because I was just like, I need that support and safety, and I felt like that's what you get from a man. You should get it with yourself first.
Correct. Yeah. if you don't feel safe in yourself, how can you feel safe with someone else? Right?
Exactly. They shouldn't have to validate you for you to be able to
No.
validate yourself.
Absolutely
No.
not. Ooh, there's a little bit of wind here. I'm kind of liking this though.
I know. Let's call it.
But this is all tying into like what we're talking about for you women. Like, if you see us living this lifestyle, it's bougie. It's because this is what we accept of ourselves.
Exactly.
And we're not going to accept less. Like, we have raised our standards. The bare minimum is not bare.
No, it's not.
It's really not bare. Like, if you can't do what we're doing for ourselves, you don't even meet that threshold to even talk to us.
It's true.
And I don't feel bad saying that at all,
No.
because you should call in someone that is on your level or above. And for me, like Jordan Peterson says this all the time, and I love his work.
I
he
love Jordan
says,
Peterson.
well, he says a woman can only date a man who is at her level or above. And he said, really, though, to be successful, he's got to be above her. He's got to be above her.
Because
and I
if
was always
not-
dating down.
He's not gonna feel like a man.
Well, he can't lead you.
Yeah. And you need someone to be able to like.
How can he lead you from below?
Exactly. If a guy's gonna not put you in your place, I mean, I guess put you in your place.
Oh,
Really.
yeah, I want to be put in my place.
No, because you need it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're the same. We will walk all over these people.
Oh, legitimately.
Yeah. And it's too easy.
I'll test you as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, and I do that as well.
I'll
and I'm
test
like,
you.
why am I doing this? But I guess it's just.
Because we're testing for
Yeah,
alpha.
yeah.
Because we're alpha.
Yeah.
So it's like
You need to be alpha omega.
literally, you need to be omega.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like omega would not put up with shit.
No.
And I've only met 2 omegas in my life. 2 real omegas. I've met plenty of alphas.
I think I've met like one.
Yes.
Which
that's,
is
but that's what I
crazy
mean
with
though,
the
because they're
amount of men we've
rare.
met.
They're rare.
Wow.
There's so many betas and thetas.
The bayers and theyers, they're
Do you know
everywhere.
what I mean?
They're
They're
just like walking the
everywhere.
streets every day, honeys, lock your door.
Like you don't.
No, this is so, no, that's so fucked.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husbands, because they're taking everybody out there.
It's so true though. Goodness.
I know. But like, this is the thing. To tie it back to what I was saying. It's the ADHD.
I know,
all the time.
sorry.
It's just, yeah, if you want to be like living this lifestyle, calling in men who actually have no problem. Like, this guy was like, you only want a bracelet? He's like, shh, that's nothing. He's like, I'm trying to put like land in your name. Do you know what I'm
Land.
saying? Provisions, putting food on the table, putting a roof over your head, making sure you have a fully stocked wardrobe, making sure you're getting massages and spas because you're stressed. If you're going to be taking care of my kids, I'm taking care of you. Like,
And-
that's the shit.
Men expect women to be all feminine and like cooking dinner for them when they come home.
Right.
It's like, if you make us feel feminine, we will be feminine.
Yes, you've got to open up that masculine space for me to fall into my
Exactly.
feminine.
Because if a woman's out there working the
Ugh.
same hours, if not more than you,
Yes.
coming
And
home,
then the kids?
what's she going to do?
No, you
Start
sh-
cooking you dinner as well?
Literally, there is literally no energy.
No.
If I'm, because this is a hypothetical because it's not me, but if I'm literally working a 9 to 5 and then I come home and I've got ratchet kids who are like, hey, from school because
my
they're in the
goodness.
system. Do you know what I mean?
Literal
and then
system.
the house is messy
Ugh.
and my husband like hasn't made enough money and there are bills stacking up on the table and then the kids are like, what's for dinner? Like, I can see how women have breakdowns all the time. I can see it.
That's just, you know what? That's actually become really normal now.
Yeah.
Like you hear that and you're like, oh yeah, just like someone's normal life.
No, scarcity energy is not normal. Like, I need you girls to understand and
That's
start
scary.
to rewire it. Yeah, scarcity is scary.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's not normal.
Hearing that is scary. Thinking that
Yes.
could be your life.
It will be your life if you don't actively like rewire your relationship to luxury, to
Mm-hmm.
abundance, to receiving, to compliments is like, for me, is the place to start with.
Yeah.
It's like, I've always been that person. My love language besides gifts is compliments.
So is mine.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a rising Leo.
Yeah.
Compliment me all day. You can do one bad thing to me, but then if you're like, you're the most gorgeous person, you're so sweet, your energy, I'm like, oh,
I'm like, that's all right.
I've
Yeah,
forgotten
thank
about what you did already.
That's like the words of affirmation. Like that, yeah,
Exactly.
that's high on mine as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I've never deflected a compliment back in my life, I don't think, actually. Like,
Can't say
Ever.
I have a lot.
I don't think I have.
But that just comes from an insecure place.
Yes.
And you have to work on those things. That's an
Absolutely.
internal thing. That's got nothing to do with anyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why self-development is called self-development.
Literally.
Like, it's not called self-developed,
No,
right?
it's
Development is
self-development.
ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ongoing. The work is always going to need to be done. But if you just consistently accept the place that you're at right now, you will consistently have what you've always had, right? Mm-hmm. It's that whole mindset of
Yeah.
like, what came first? The $1 million or the
Or the
$1 million
$1 million mindset. Yeah, it's
right?
true.
What comes first? the mindset.
Yeah. You got to break those patterns.
Literally. As a guy that I was seeing once said, it's a mindset ting.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset ting.
Oh my goodness.
It's true though. Abundance is a mindset.
It is.
It's an energy. When you encompass this, amazing stuff literally flows into your life. Like I can't even.
It is so true. Just a quick change the mindset.
Literally, how many collabs do we have coming up? Like, do you know what I mean? International. Like, we're taking you girls to
Around
Girls
the
to Women.
world, baby.
International, baby. We're going to
Yeah.
show you that it is possible. As soon as you decide to flick that switch, you can have whatever you want. Now, are you comfortable telling the girlies what you just went through?
Maybe not yet.
Okay. Next time. But the reason why I asked is because now she's like glowing into this abundant mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she's ready to share, she will share.
A little B to the U.
One of those ones. But anyway, do you have anything to like wrap up for the girlies on abundance versus scarcity?
I'll just say that like, see, I'm a weird one because obviously I've gone through a lot of like scarcity mindset when it comes to myself and like how I view myself. And that's why I've portrayed my life with the men that I've had in my life.
Yeah.
Which were always a reflection of my own internal validation. That I wasn't, trauma, so much trauma. And that's another episode. But like now I'm actually like doing the work internally and I'm never going to accept that again.
Yeah.
So you can break habits and you can change your mindset. But when it comes to like abundant mindset, I've always had that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you really, if you don't have it naturally, you have to develop it.
You gotta work on it.
You gotta work
Really
on
work
it
on
because for people like me and you, it's obviously just happened like naturally because we've just, had that mindset where you just get what you want. It doesn't feel like, for example, right, when I was younger, I used to just be like, should we just like go away in a few days? I don't have any money, but I'm like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then guess what? We're on a plane to Ibiza.
Exactly. Because you know that you're going to be taken care of. Same thing.
Always.
Yeah.
I've always been that way.
Legit.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you're not like that naturally, learn to be like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like, I've been traveling from such a young age. So I've seen abundance first class. Like, I've traveled first class, business class all the time.
I think it helps to be around the environment.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're not, like, work on that.
Yeah.
You can work on that. Right? Like, some of the most successful people in the world came from nothing. Like, I didn't come from a mega rich family,
neither did
but
I.
they did well.
Yeah.
They did well, but they always made sure that I was never wanting for nothing. So
Yeah.
I always had things. And the mentality was like, Tash, you can do whatever you want. You're amazing. You can literally be whatever you want. And so I was like, cool, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I fucking can.
Yeah.
And so I did.
Yeah.
Right?
My mom's the same. She's never really been the whole like in a 9 to 5. She's always worked for herself, like
Nice.
freelancer.
Yeah.
I think like your upbringing does have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can change that.
Yeah.
Like I had a terrible upbringing in terms of like the male role model in my life. So I've struggled massively with that. But guess what? I'm changing it.
Yeah.
I'm not accepting bare minimum anymore.
Correct. See, this is the thing when people get labeled, oh, you've got daddy issues, you got mommy issues. Like, yeah, maybe, but like, don't lean into that identity.
No.
Because that'll feed your scarcity.
Exactly.
Right?
And then you
you'll
just get angry.
Exactly. And then you'll call in a partner who triggers those wounds again, and then you're reliving the same situation.
And if you're calling in anyone that says to you you've got daddy issues,
Oh, yuck.
they have mummy issues.
Legitimately,
Seriously.
they got issues, girl.
Yeah.
Like, get
you are a
out of
boy. Literally, you're not even a man. No, because how could you say that to a woman?
I know. I want to do a whole other episode on like a boy versus a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think you girls would like
Boys
that one.
to
Boys to men, girls to women.
Yes.
Honestly, though, like, I think we should probably wrap it up there and just say, if you weren't born with the same kind of knowing that Cassie and I had of like, we're always going to get what we want.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay. But start to question yourself now. This is what I say in coaching. It's called the CAC. So it's the catch, awareness, and then challenge, right? This is rooted in NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah.
So you catch your scarcity or limiting beliefs, the things that you think that you can't have. You catch that thought, you catch that belief in its tracks. Then you bring awareness to it. You bring awareness to your prefrontal cortex here. That's your executive functioning part of your brain where you make CEO decisions, right? So you bring awareness to it and you're like, okay, I'm having these thoughts right now. Let's just bring awareness to this is happening to me. Then the challenging part is the part where things start to change. So you actually start to challenge that limiting belief that scarcity mentality.
Yeah.
Why am I feeling like
Yeah.
this? Why am I saying this to myself?
Yeah.
Why do I believe this? Where did this come from? That, my girls, will start to change your life. You
It's
do
just a
that
simple
every day.
why.
That's it.
Yeah, because I do that
Literally.
now. Like if someone was to compliment me and I'm just like, oh, why did you say that to me? And then I'm like, wait, why am I even thinking that? Yeah.
Right.
Where's that coming from?
Yeah. Do I actually believe that I'm
Yeah.
not worthy?
Yeah.
No.
No. So why am I accepting that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to do. It's a simple CAC. Okay?
That's a good start. And
Yeah.
things will just roll off from there.
Yeah.
And obviously, working smarter, not harder as well.
100%.
Because if you are too scared to take the plunge in like changing your life that way, then you're never going to have that mindset.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
I would start with like little things as well. Just start complimenting yourself.
Yeah.
Just compliment yourself. When you can compliment yourself, when you can look yourself in the eyes in the mirror and compliment yourself sincerely,
Yeah.
with genuine love for yourself, other people can do it for you.
And it doesn't even just need to be like a physical thing. Like you can compliment all the things internally.
Yeah.
Like literally just be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
Like the words you say hold so much.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
it says it in the Bible as well. Like
Yeah.
the words you say, if you say evil will come to you.
Exactly.
So you need to start switching those with positive thoughts.
Words are holy, baby.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. So like
Yeah.
you can do it.
Yeah. Just be like, I love myself,
Yeah.
perseverance.
Yeah. Or if you say something negative about yourself, flip it to something positive that you have.
Yeah.
And just do that every time until you only say positive things.
Literally, because this is the thing as well, scientifically, it's not about even saying more positive things when you're in such a scarcity mindset. It's about lessening the negativity.
Yeah.
That's your first port of call. That's it.
Because otherwise you'll just remain in a negative spiral.
Girl, ain't nobody got time for
No,
that. Honestly,
we
if you want to
don't.
be like shopping in Singapore with us at the Cartier store, you know what to do.
Yes.
But first, like and subscribe.
like and subscribe, girlies.
I'm going to see you in the next episode of Girls to Women.
So excited for
Until
the next one
then.
we've got in store.
Yes. Work on yourself, honey.
Yes.
Right.
Love yourself because we love you.
I love.
Love.
Love you.
I love.
Love.